fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm...
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Here's a 2nd and 7. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. You look at this Packers defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop. Held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They got to be consistent.
From the gun on 3rd down. Clifton. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with career touchdown number 60. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Love. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
The third down pass. Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
At London, the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Off play action. Clifton. He gets it complete to Harris. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That's the gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. This to Laporta, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Atkins. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, Atkins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. It's Atkins, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Atkins. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Flushed out right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Up the middle they go. Atkins. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Throwing. Love. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Packers nothing.
The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Atkins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Love now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Narvis's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Gibbs. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 3rd and 3. In motion goes Knox. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now, they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. They had things a little spread out there with 4 wide receivers, and it opened up a running hole.
Yeah, not only do you get better running lanes because you are spread out, oftentimes when defenses see 4 wide receivers, they substitute in extra defensive backs, so you're blocking smaller personnel. That gives your running back a nice chance downfield against that type of a defense.
To throw now. Here's Love. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Love. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 3rd and 3. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Atkins. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. In motion goes the tight end. They'll run on 1st down. It's Atkins, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Love. This is caught. Touchdown. Jaden Reed in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. A final shot before break. Clifton. And that's caught inside the 35. And down to the 28-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Packers 10.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7. Love. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That open man that time, man, they're putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Love from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive in the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got it at the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there for Detroit. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try the right side with Harris. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, it's Harris. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Najee Harris, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Love. And it's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Love throwing for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal.
Packers 18.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing to start the drive. Clifton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a... Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one deep for London. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's got this all the way. Down to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the 36, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they looked his way He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Love from the gun on third down. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Second down and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Adkins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Love, he's going to change the play here. Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Operating from the gun, Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Clifton. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Love. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Zaven Collins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Love. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Love looking to throw it. Finding Washington. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Love. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Love. And his throw is incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Here's Love. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Narvis's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Clifton. That's complete to the portal. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull